to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp, as we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Razorbacks will kick it off to get us underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. He wants to change this route. Scanning the field, it's Gladway. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Razorbacks have taken it inside the 20. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back.
Touchdown, Razorbacks! Fitted in the window for the score. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, you threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Coming out with it, it's Abrams. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield, it's Gladway. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
This time it's complete. 48.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On the move at the 30. It's a running room. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he made the extra point without problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. He throws one to the left. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it with second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air. It's Green. Looking for a deep man. Reels it in down the left side. Off to the races. Touchdown, Arkansas. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation and timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Power football with the run. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3.
Wide open spaces. Once for the tackle. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Now on first down from the 28. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows?
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Intercepted, number 19. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Under fire. Then as he throws, it's caught. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. On the move, he fires. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw, it's Green. Quarterback extends the play. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Razorbacks have it with a first and goal. They're going to run it. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And on that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Bears the pressure. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He wants to take the top off. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Now improvising. Trying to make magic on the scramble. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing at running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking downfield on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Livingston.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw, and They rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the end.
The give to the tailback. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Unleashes it on the run. Pulls it in. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. And now a chance to pull even. First and goal as we get late in the first half. Pushes ahead. And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. And the D deny them on second and goal. The play action fake. Extending the play. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
And we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. Penn State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far today at Happy Valley. They're up by 7 over Michigan. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Back to throw, it's Green. Pocket breaking down. Still on his feet. He turns it loose to the left. Got him downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Going for the big play. Grabs it inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. They'll start this drive going to the air. Turns it loose deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw.
He uncorks one deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it deep.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Punt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. steps away to find some room. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there.
Trying to get behind the defense. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And the defense makes a big play, and you could see the quarterback. Once he bought time, started to roll to his left, the defense all reacts, comes to that side of the field, breaks on the football. He couldn't put enough mustard on it because he was running to his left. Defense takes advantage, forces the interception.
Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Man, that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He turns like that, or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Back to throw, it's Lagway. That's caught, it's ball. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Touchdown, Gator! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Lost to throw on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. The Razorbacks love to do it on the ground, but that gives you some opportunities for big plays up top.
No doubt. It makes me commit more to the ground game, bring more guys down. I'm more willing to play man coverage on the outside, and then in turn, if the QB can make plays down the field, make strikes, get on the same page as the receiver, it can create some huge plays for this Arkansas offense.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The offense failed to convert on fourth down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's first and 10. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's second and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Going to look downfield again. On target to the left. What a throw. Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, he did a good job getting to the middle of the field. That's where the offense wanted to attack on that play. He's just got to do a better job looking that football in.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, second and 10. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Rides the back on the option to give. picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Looking downfield, it's Green. He's going up top. He's got it down the left. Finds a seam. Touchdown, Arkansas. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like, that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Unloads it downfield. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, and second down's coming up.
And that's a really good play. That's a bomb. That's thrown way down the field. A lot of time for me to do what? Get a little bit handsy, get my hands, force a PI. Stayed calm, did a nice job staying the course, got his hand on the football for the deflection.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Ball. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
Guys on the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. The Gators get enough for the first down.
Third down, defense is thinking pass, so those defensive ends rushing up the field. That plays perfectly into the running back screen. Great play call at the right time.
Looking for room, it's Ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Finds his man, it's Jackson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Pulls it in, it's Jackson. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that 4th and 1?
I don't know, but I know this. As a coach, I'm not giving a lot of freedom for gut will on the own side of the field if we're going to go for it on 4th down. I think they probably understood. Listen, it's 4th and 1. I like our chances to get 1 yard, and they went for it, and by the way, they got it.
Fires to the big fella, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Got it in the middle, it's ball. Turning it on! That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Man, nice job by the QB. It's 3rd down, it's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Going right and going deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Fair catch, called for and made. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a gap. It's Russell. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. The DBs will back off a bit. Dropping back, it's Green. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Oh, a lot of space. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback making adjustments. Going right to work up top. Rushes on him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it along the sideline. They get him down on the play, and this big-armed sophomore is not afraid to show off the gun.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Back to pass, it's flagged away. Caught in the backfield, it's ball. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
He's got him still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a two-point conversion.
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Tough to beat in action, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Central Michigan is in trouble. Check that. They're in a world of trouble because unless I'm reading that scoreboard wrong, that does not look very good. They're trailing by 22 to Michigan State. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They go to the ground. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Razorbacks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Green. The short hands. It's Stevens. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. And the Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Looking to scramble. Throwing on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Bringing the heat. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the catch down the right side. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Dropping back, it's Lagway. He's going up top here late in the game. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Brings it down on the right side. Lots of room to run. And he gets it in for the touchdown. Time has expired. They're down by one. They can send it to overtime with the kick or win it with the turn.
What an unbelievable play. No time on the clock. Score. Now this place is going bananas in its decision time. I could go for two here. Go for the win at home, crowd behind me, or kick the PAT and go into overtime.
From the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got it. They convert the two, and they take the lead here in the fourth. What a show both of these teams put on today. A couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.